Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how to use the timer mode on your Timex Ironman Classic 30 watch. This is T5K412, that's the model number of this watch. Kind of a cool feature. This is one of the few things that I actually think that Timex does better than Casio is their countdown timer, and I'll show you what I'm talking about with that. So let's go ahead and let's jump to our timer mode. We're going to do that by pressing the mode button down here at the bottom left. Now, it's not always going to be two presses of the mode button. It kind of depends on how you have your settings on this watch because you can hide various modes. In my case, I've got them all visible. So if I press it once, it's going to take me to chronograph. Press it a second time, it'll take me to my timer mode. You'll know you're in the correct mode. Just keep pressing the mode button until you see timer up top, and that lets you know that you're in your timer mode. You've also got a little hourglass indicator on the left-hand side that will show you you're in that mode. Pretty basic. By default, when you get the watch from Timex, they have the timer set for a 1-minute value. If you wanted to simply use that, you could press the start button, which is the middle button down at the bottom. That will start your timer. Your top value will always be what was the initial time value for your timer. In my case, it was a 1-minute timer. The bottom value will always be the amount of time remaining in your countdown timer. You can press the bottom right button to stop it or pause it. If I wanted to resume, I could press the middle button again, that would resume it. While it is stopped, I'm going to go ahead and stop it. If I press the stop button again, it will act as a reset button and it will reset me back to my default time for that timer. I wanted to mention, I'm going to go ahead and start it. You do not have to stay in your countdown timer mode. If I press the mode button, I can go back to my main timekeeping or anywhere else. It shows me, though, that I have a countdown timer running in the background because I've still got that hourglass indicator here. So let's go back to our timer mode. So what if you don't want to use the values that are here? I'm going to go ahead and stop and reset it. I'm going to show you how to go into the settings for the timer. While you're in the timer mode, you're going to simply press the top left button, which is your set recall button. When you press it, it says timer set. Start seeing a blinking indicator, and then the very first blinking indicator should be your hour value. You'll notice at the bottom there's a plus and a minus. If you want to increase that number, you could press the middle button as your plus. You could press the bottom right button as your decrease. Once you've got your hour value set correctly, you're going to press the mode button to progress to the next value, which is going to be your minutes. Again, you could use the bottom middle button to go up, bottom right button to go down. And then last but not least, you can press mode and it will take you to seconds. This is where I said they do some things better than Casio. Most Casio watches, the minimum timer value is 1 minute. With Timex, you could actually do a 5-second timer if you wanted. Once you've got it set the way you want, you could always press the top left button to back out. There's one more setting, though, that's worth looking at. If you press the mode button one more time, it says at the end of the timer, what do you want the timer mode to do? By default, it's going to be set at stop. Again, you could use either of the bottom two buttons, and you can change that so that you can set a repeat timer. This is another feature that most Casio watches do not have. So if you want the timer, like in my case, it's 5-second timer. When it's done, if you want it to start another 5-second timer immediately, you can do that. Again, press the mode button, it'll just take you through all of those different values. When you're done, you simply press the top left button. You've successfully adjusted the values of your countdown timer. I wanted to go ahead and press start, let you hear what it sounds like when the timer goes off. You'll notice in my case, it just did a repeat because I have the repeat feature on. So all it's doing is repeating. I can see a countdown timer is running. I also have this little arrow indicator letting me know that I have the timer repeat turned on. Let's go ahead and stop this. Let's go in and turn that off real quick. And now you should be able to hear it. I believe it goes off for 10 seconds. At any point, you could have pressed the mode button to make it stop. I also wanted to show you what it looks like in the main timekeeping mode. So let's start this. Let me do a reset. So if you're in main timekeeping and it goes off, basically just makes a noise. It doesn't show you anything. You'll notice though that the timer value on the left-hand side disappeared because there's no longer a countdown timer that's running because it finished. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. Hope it helps you out, lets you know how the timer mode works on your Timex Ironman. Thanks for watching.